Hello everybody, my name is James, hope you're doing well and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about a new penalty verdict that's been issued, as well as the response to a big penalty that Red Bull have received. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Formula 1 content. Also make sure to follow me on X at James's Pit Lane, I'll leave a link in the description, but let's jump straight into the video. So I thought I'd start this video off by talking about Lando Norris, who only qualified 7th for the Canadian Grand Prix. Now, we've seen in multiple Q3 sessions this season Lando Norris not delivering a fast lap time when he needs to, with him either overdriving the car or making a mistake. And in Canada, while Norris was really fast in Q1 and Q2, in Q3 he ruined his first run by losing the car at the final chicane and having to take to the escape road. And his last run wasn't particularly good either, and as a result Norris is only 7th for the Grand Prix. And speaking about it, Norris told Sky F1, "Not ideal, just too many mistakes. I hit the wall in the last lap. I had confidence, the car felt good today. I just made too many mistakes." But let's move on to Red Bull's Yuki Tsunoda, who was not happy with receiving a 10th place grid penalty for the Canadian Grand Prix. Now, in free practice 3, Nico Hülkenberg had a spin at the Wall of Champions and Oscar Piastri also hit the wall there, which gave him a puncture. And due to there being debris around the track, the session was stopped. But Tsunoda was noted for allegedly overtaking Piastri when the red flag was out, and following a hearing, the stewards decided to give Tsunoda a 10-place grid drop. Now, telemetry showed that when Tsunoda passed Piastri, he was travelling at 171 km per hour, compared to Piastri's 81 km per hour, and the stewards claimed in their report that they considered the matter extensively, but ultimately determined that despite Piastri having a problem, he was not travelling at such a speed that it prevented Tsunoda from following at a safe distance, and that ultimately there was no justifiable reason for Tsunoda to have overtaken Piastri. And as a result of the penalty, because he was knocked out in Q2, he starts last for the Grand Prix. And speaking about the 10th place grid drop, Tsunoda said, "Oscar had massive damage, spreading debris all over the place from the last corner through to the end of the lap. He was driving at 80 km per hour on the back straight. He was on the far left of the track, and he did a good job of avoiding a collision with other drivers. I saw Oscar was driving far left, and I understand that under the red flag you can't overtake, but waiting for Oscar to pit behind a damaged car is just waiting for debris to hit me. I saw the tyre was going sideways and I thought the tyre was going to fly away, so I went far right. I checked the car in front of Oscar, the car behind me, making sure there was no one. I went the opposite way to overtake him, with a sensible speed of 170 km per hour, half the speed of what we normally drive, and I got a penalty. 10 places is ridiculous for me. I don't know what they want me to do. Apparently they wanted me to stay behind Oscar, not to overtake, but for me, I'm hoping that debris won't hit me. I don't understand this, especially the car having damage, driving very slow. I don't think I deserve this 10th place penalty." Now, the penalty Tsunoda received mirrors the one that Oliver Bearman got for overtaking under red flags in free practice in Monaco. And really, I don't think the stewards had a choice here. You can't overtake under red flags. Tsunoda did. Bearman got a 10th place grid penalty for doing it, so they had to be consistent and apply the same punishment to Tsunoda. But let's move on to Red Bull Junior driver Isack Hadjar, who has been given a 3-place grid penalty for the Canadian Grand Prix after the stewards found he impeded Williams rival Carlos Sainz during qualifying. Now, Hadjar was on a cool-down lap at the end of Q1 when Sainz, who was on a push lap, approached the rookie in the first sector. Sainz arrived at the rear of Hadjar's car under braking for the turn 6-7 chicane, compromising his line and contributing to Sainz dropping out in a lowly 17th position. Now, as we know, the Williams did have pace in Canada. That was very clear in practice. Alex Albon also managed to get the car into Q3, so for a Williams to get knocked out in Q1 must have been very frustrating for the team. And Sainz was quick to express his frustration over the radio at the incident, with him feeling that it had been massive impeding. And after reviewing the footage, data and speaking to both drivers, the stewards opted to penalise Hadjar with a 3-place grid drop. The stewards' verdict said, Car 6 was on an in-lap and was caught out by Car 55 on a push lap at the entry to turn 6. Although Car 6 attempted to move off the racing line to leave space for Car 55, the move was too late. The driver of Car 6 agreed that Car 55 was impeded. He explained that he had been told by his team that Car 55 was approaching on a push lap, but then the team told him that Car 55 had abandoned the lap. He said that although he saw Car 55 in his mirrors, He relied upon what he had been told by his team, and when he realised the information was wrong, he did his best to move out the way. The standard penalty for this infringement during qualifying in the penalty guidelines is a 3-grid position penalty, regardless of whether the incident was the fault of the driver or the team. And as a result of this penalty, Hadjar will start in 12th place for the Canadian Grand Prix. But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care. Bye.